Welcome to this explainer. Okay, today we are looking at what has honestly been an absolutely incredible week in the world of artificial intelligence. In just a matter of days, Anthropic has triggered this massive, unavoidable ripple effect across three major sectors of society. We're talking financial markets, software development, and government policy. And it is all happening at the exact same time.
Okay, let's dive into this, because the central question we really need to figure out today is what actually happens when one single AI company manages to disrupt Wall Street, the White House, and your local school, all in 1 week? It's literally a rapid-fire rewrite of the rules everywhere you look, fundamentally altering how our major institutions operate practically overnight.
So, Pillar 1, AI shakes the market.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is 25.21%. Let's look at the immediate financial shockwaves hitting enterprise giants right now. On July 14th, IBM experienced its worst single trading day since Black Monday back in 1987, dropping over 25%. And while there were a few factors at play, IBM's CEO explicitly pointed to the impending release of Anthropic's new model, Claude Mythos. Clients were literally hitting pause on massive multi-million-dollar deals just so they could assess how Mythos might impact their existing cybersecurity infrastructure. The reality here is that enterprise leaders are realizing AI models of this caliber introduce entirely unprecedented vulnerabilities into their legacy systems, and they're forcing a complete halt in procurement until they can fully map out this new threat landscape.
And that profound uncertainty, it's making its way to the very top of Wall Street. JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon is publicly calling the unrestricted rollout of Claude Mythos a real issue, flagging some seriously systemic concerns about broad public access to these advanced capabilities. But here's the fascinating context that makes this whole thing so compelling. JP Morgan is actively serving as the lead underwriter for Anthropic's upcoming IPO. Just think about that for a second. You have the lead bank financially backing the company while simultaneously warning the global market about the dangers of its flagship product. That tension perfectly captures the incredibly high stakes of our current AI cycle. The Wall Street jitters we're seeing are directly tied to Anthropic's Project Glasswing. Right now, Mythos 5 is completely locked down, limited to just 200 heavily vetted partners globally. The broader market is essentially holding its collective breath for a highly anticipated 90-day progress report on the cybersecurity scanning program, which is expected to drop at the Black Hat USA conference in early August. That report is a critical market catalyst for sure. It's likely going to set the baseline for enterprise adoption and security standards moving forward. And honestly, until that data is public, this deep enterprise uncertainty is going to continue.
Moving right along to Pillar 2, classrooms and code.
Shifting gears from high-stakes corporate panic, let's look at how this tech is actually being applied on the ground. For developers, the landscape is shifting wildly from just writing code to managing entire fleets of AI agents. This illustrates the AI adoption ladder created by Boris Cherny, the creator of Claude Code. Notice how the progression moves from 0 agents at stage 1 all the way up to being AI native with thousands of agents at stage 4. Cherny notes that Anthropic, as a company, is already operating at step 3, supervised autonomy. Reports actually show Anthropic engineers are shipping Claude-authored code in over 80% of their merged production commits. 80%. The day-to-day job is no longer manually typing syntax. It's evolving into what's being called harness engineering, where developers focus entirely on orchestrating the logic, setting the guardrails, and managing the workflow for these highly autonomous agents.
But the disruption isn't contained to software engineering. It's forcefully entering the classroom. Anthropic just launched Claude for Teachers, offering free, premium access to verified U.S. K-12 educators through June 2027. Now, what you should take away from this is the aggressive, high-stakes race to capture the education market. Anthropic managed to secure a crucial endorsement mapping directly to the American Federation of Teachers' privacy standards. That is a massive differentiator that their major competitors simply do not have yet. They're racing to normalize their specific AI ecosystem at the very foundational level of our schools, literally embedding their tools into the next generation's daily learning.
And that brings us to Pillar 3, the push for regulation. With adoption moving this incredibly fast in both markets and schools, the macro-political response is urgently trying to catch up ahead of the 2026 midterms. Immense financial weight is now flowing directly from tech leaders into politics. Anthropic CEO Dario Amodei just gave a $1 million personal donation to a pro-regulation AI safety super PAC. 5 key employees added another 1.26 million, and the company itself previously pledged 20 million. In total, AI-related political contributions have crossed the $50 million mark. This massive influx of capital is heavily influencing primary races right now, specifically in battlegrounds like New York's 12th district, as competing tech factions aggressively try to shape future AI laws to favor their own development philosophies. And this brilliantly illustrates how the urgency is echoing loudly at the federal level, too. The White House is currently in advanced, high-level talks with Anthropic, OpenAI, and Google. The administration isn't waiting around for formal, slow-moving legislative laws to pass. They're pushing hard for voluntary frontier model standards right now. These talks cover critical safety benchmarks, release timelines, and strict access rules. The goal is to establish a structured, unified framework across the leading AI developers before those midterm elections arrive, making sure there are at least some agreed-upon guardrails in place during this period of explosive, unregulated growth. So the crucial point is this. From stalling out IBM's enterprise deals, to completely automating a software engineer's code commits, to acting as a daily interactive assistant for a K-12 teacher, the ripple effect of this technology is absolute. As AI rapidly resets the rules for day traders, teachers, and voters all at the exact same time, are we adapting fast enough as a society to keep up? It's a fascinating, entirely unprecedented paradigm shift, and I highly encourage you to keep exploring these developments. Thanks for joining me for this explainer.